What's up guys, my name is Jellycat5 and welcome back to the episode of the Fortuna Dusseldorf career mode. Before we get into things, we'd much appreciate if you're able to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We've hit 900 subscribers, 100 to go to in terms of 1,000. I really do appreciate all your support. Make sure you hit that notification button so you never miss a video. And in terms of all my socials, they'll link down below so you can keep up to date with everything going on with the channel. We start off today's episode with a game against FC Cologne away from home. Obviously, we didn't have the best of first games in the Bundesliga, getting absolutely dominated by giants Borussia Dortmund. We've made a few big signings, we've made a few alterations, and this is the team to play for FC Cologne. Obrovic in goal, Fusa and Robinson as the centre-backs, Gumney on the right, Kalina on the left, he makes his debut, Dzoiles, Brownhill, Tananka, Appelkamp and Shade on the right-hand side, with Jan Fatih up top. A few changes in the side to be able to kind of involve a few new players, and let's get into this tie then. 7 minutes into the game, FC Cologne look to be able to see if they can start things strong here and look to be able to see if they can get an early goal. Lovely bit of play at the same time as they allow themselves a lovely bit of space. We try and receive the ball here as Fusa makes a really good tackle, finding Gumney on the right hand side. He tries to make a burst rate but loses out straight away. Dangerous position to lose the ball in at the same time in Austin. It's very poor from Gumney. They look to be able to see if they can capitalise on that, and they definitely have, and this is where we need to learn. This is with the big learning curve stages in terms of a team, in terms of everything else. If you make decisions and you do make mistakes, unfortunately you could suffer the consequences, and that's exactly what happened here. They received the play just so deep in our half, and they only had to make a few passes to be able to get into the box, and unfortunately they have got the goal. Then FC Cologne find themselves 1-0 up early on in this tie, and it's not looking good for us, that is for sure. Hoping to be able to have a better start, but it's not going to be the case as we continue on in the first half of this tie. Then FC Cologne looking to be able to see if they continue off the restart here. Mania looks to be able to do something here as he finds his teammate, the number 8 for FC Cologne, looks to be able to find the gap for Oof. He finds Labrovic there as he looks to be able to do something here, and a lovely bit of turning and twisting, real good opportunities. He backseals it onto Wolf. He cuts inside on the right then, looking to be able to put the ball into the box, but he takes his time, not losing possession at the same time, evaluating the situation now. Martel on the ball, back to his teammate then, brilliant shots, but Labrovic makes a really good save, putting it out for a corner kick. Then he asks questions of his defenders as we've been pretty lax in terms of a defensive awareness and everything else, and it's been pretty poor because it continues here as FC Cologne look to push forward. Brownhill picks it up in the middle of the park, finding Appelkamp as he looks to be able to see if he can do something as he tries to find Shade on the right hand side, loses out possession then as FC Cologne look to be able to go on the attack, and unfortunately we've made a very poor challenge. Then Tananka penalised as it will be a yellow card. I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping it's not going to be red anyway, as we await the referee's decision as he pulls him to one side, and let's see what decision he does make, and he has given him a yellow card. Then Tananka booked in the 26th minute as FC Cologne will have a free kick here, fairly far out but a decent chance to whip it in. It's a really good ball, and it's a very good goal at the same time because they have found the back of the net to make it 2-0, and FC Cologne are running away with this victory so far as the number 27 CLK has got the goal, and that is a very good goal at the same time. The free kick was perfectly timed into the box and he just rose above all the defenders, leaving him absolutely no chance for the keeper. And yeah, it's really frustrating in honesty, because obviously the first game was a learning curve. We knew that not too much to expect due to the fact that we were playing such a top side, but this time round we was going to think that we was going to be competing a slightly better. Obviously we played them previously last season in the DFB Pokal, but it doesn't seem to be that we're going to get any sort of result here in FC Cologne. As Dzoiles looks to be able to see if he can make a burst on the left hand side after getting things restarted. He finds Jan Fatih up, he looks to be able to find Kevin Shea, but the ball is intercepted as FC Cologne look to be able to go on the attack once again here and looking very dangerous within the attack. The number 7 for FC Cologne driving forward on the right hand side. Fusa making a challenge as he clatters him there. He falls to the ground as Fusa picks himself back out as he looks to be able to get the defensive awareness here. Gumney clears the cross as we look to be able to offload it and look to be able to go on the attack. As you can see, the player is still down. The referee has to halt play, and I'm pretty sure that is going to be the end of his game. Fusa definitely clattered him, and unfortunately he did not come out in any kind of good means whatsoever, and it looks to be the end for this particular player for FC Cologne. Looking back at the challenge, as I mentioned, it was a very poor challenge. He actually completely clatters him, not getting any of the ball whatsoever. The referee did not see it as a foul at the time, but as I say, he had to stop play, and unfortunately that will be the end of his game. Drop ball back to Labrovic then as he looks to be able to offload it to his defender straight away. He plays it on the left hand side to Dzoiles, who picks it up. He tries to turn past the midfielder as he has to pass it back to Kalina. Kalina onto Dzoiles, he looks to be able to do something, finding Jan Fatih up, but unfortunately the ball is intercepted expected as they look to be able to go on the attack here. FC Cologne looking to go on the break as number 13 Ufas to be able to do something as he finds Adley coming off the bench now, looking to cause some problems for Fortuna Dusseldorf then as he finds his teammates nice and easy, and it's too easy there, but luckily we get off with a lucky one there as he completely flunks his chance to be able to make it 3-0 for FC Cologne as we still have 5 minutes left of this first half. Zoiles looks to be able to see if he can create something for himself, but the pace isn't enough. As you can see, he still remains on the ball as he looks to be able to see if he can create something for himself here, but unfortunately the defender gets stuck in, putting it out for a corner kick. We've got a chance from the corner. If we were to get one before half time, we'd make things a little bit easier. Corner whipped into Zoiles is there, but Jan Verteep Arp just can't get enough on the header to make real direction. A lot of power, but unfortunately not enough precision there, just sailing over the crossbar, meaning it still stays 2-0 to FC Cologne. 42 minutes into the tie as the goal kick is commencing then as they look to clear their lines, and they do exactly that. They find the middle of the park then, as you can see. Martel picks it up as he finds Adley. Adley now charging on the right hand side as he looks to be able to do something for his team here. Real good chance for Adley as he finds Oof. Oof's got a perfect chance finding onto a CLK, and he has found the back of that to make it 3-0. We had a chance from the corner to make it 2-1 and make things interesting, but unfortunately things have only got worse because it's now 3-0 to FC Cologne, and it is not looking good for us whatsoever. It's been a real poor start to the game, and we just haven't really got going in any sort of means, and it's exactly what you get in the Bundesliga. Even the smaller teams that are normally down the table still are going to punish you, and this is why they're in their league at the end of the day. This is why they're here, and unfortunately it doesn't look like they're going to be here for much longer if we were to continue this form. So for the second half now commences, 48 minutes is being played. Zoiles picks it up on the left hand side, but a poor pass doesn't find Jan Verteep Arp as they pick up possession here. FC Cologne and look to be able to offload it in the middle of the park, looking for an option here. As you can see, his light blue shirts are driving forward. Real good kind of continuity about their play at the same time. They're so consistent in what they do, and they've definitely got a blank kind of game plan, and they're executing it perfectly. Adley with a perfect chance there, but Labrovic with a big save, putting out for a corner kick, and that meant only one thing, and that's some substitutions. Brownhill's going to come off. A poor debut from Brownhill. Chavez will replace him, and Armstrong will come on for Arp, and Herrera will come on for Kevin Shade. 64 minutes into the tie now as we look to be able to see if we can create our first chance of the second half. Zoiles picks it up on the left hand side, causing a few problems for the defenders there as Chavez makes the run. He runs into a lovely bit of space here as he's only got the keeper to beat, but it just wasn't enough there. It's been really poor from ourselves. A real good chance to be able to get a goal in this tie, but it's not to be as Chavez is denied as FC Cologne look to be able to see if they can make matters even worse for ourselves and create something here. Ball into the box. You can see as Adley kind of latches onto it, looking to create something as Adley runs in there. Adley's got a chance. He doesn't shoot straight away, but he shoots now. But Labrovic with a very big save, then looking to clear his lines on the left hand side as Chavez picks it up, finding Zoiles. Zoiles now going on the break as he looks to be able to create something for his side. If we score, it's only going to be a consolation, but I would definitely take it. That is for sure. Zoiles in on goal here, but that absolutely sums up our game. That is for sure. It's been so poor from us, and as you can see, CLK will pick up the match ball. 4 attempts, 3 goals, an absolute performance from a striker that you would not expect, but he's definitely put in the work, and he's definitely shown in the reward. That is for sure. 3-0 to FC Cologne. Not a goal, not anything to be able to shout about in this tie, and we're going to have to be looking back on that one in a very poor matter. As you can see, looking at the transfers we've all done now, the transfer window is shut, and looking through the transfers that we did complete in the end, we've had a very successful transfer window. I just hope that that kind of puts it to the pitch also, because we've been very poor this season in terms of the 2 games that we have played. We've still got so long to go, don't get me wrong, but I would like a result in the next game or 2. That is for sure. Looking at the transfer business that we did, we brought in what we needed, we got out what we needed to get out, and we've definitely had a good transfer window. Let's hope these players develop into something special, and let's hope we can get a win sooner rather than later. Second game of the episode then comes at home to Hoffenheim, looking for a result as our second home game of the season, shall I say. This is the lineup: Labrovic in goal, Sierber and Fusa then changing in for Robinson, as Gallardo's on the left hand side, Al Harbi on the right hand side making his debut, Zoiles on the left hand side with Muschliaja, Tananka, Chavez, Herrera and Sinclair Armstrong coming in for Jan Verteep up top. We just need to change things to be able to see if anything's going to work. I'm hoping it will do, and I'm hoping we'll get 3 points against Hoffenheim. We'll do well if we're going to get a result against Hoffenheim, because they're a top side, and they're going to definitely show that on display here today as they look to be able to make a quick start here as they push forward. Berisha looks to be able to see if he can find his teammate Promel, and he does so well. Labrovic on his toes at the same time, collecting the ball as he looks to offload it on the right hand side to Herrera as he looks to play it onto Chavez. Chavez loses out in possession here, as you can see, as John picks it up, finding Starch. Starch is looking to do something as he finds his teammate on the right hand side, looking to create something as Starch is picking the ball back up. Che Adams now on the ball, and a pass is misplaced, and Lebrovic collects nice and comfortably there. 13 minutes into the tie, Hoffenheim have had the chances so far in this first half. Nothing to be seen in terms of the Fortuna Dusseldorf players so far, as Hoffenheim look to be able to see if they can get their first goal of the game as Starch charges forward. Fusa Mensah tries to go for the challenge, and unfortunately the referee has given the penalty then. Fusa Mensah conceding the penalty, and he's also been penalised for the yellow card also in the 15th minute. Not ideal, not a good start whatsoever, and Hoffenheim have got a chance from the 6-yard spot then. Berisha is the man to take it, and the Berisha is the man to score. Hoffenheim 1-0 up then in the 15th minute as we conceded the penalty. They converted, and there's nothing much else to say but that, unfortunately. Nothing really we could do about that. It's a 50-50 chance. Lebrovic dived the wrong way, Berisha went the other, and unfortunately Hoffenheim are 1-0 up. Very good penalty. He chose his spot and he went there at the end of the day. Could not complain with that one whatsoever, and it is only ourselves to blame. Hoffenheim 1, Fortuna Dusseldorf 0 then as we get into the second half more and more. 17 minutes into the game off the restart, so Retta looks to cause some problems for John here as he looks to be able to get the ball into the box. John makes a decent interception but only misplaces it to Herrera as Harabi picks it up on the right hand side, then finding Chavez. Chavez with the shot there, real good, decent effort, but wasn't enough to trouble the keeper. Then as we continue on in the first half, 25 minutes into the ties, we nearly reach the half an hour mark. Not too long to go as Hoffenheim look to be able to create something for themselves on the right hand side here. Gallardo misses out on the tackle as Berisha picks it up to Che Adams. Real good opportunity, and he's taken it perfectly because Che Adams has found the back of the net to make it 2-0, and they are absolutely sailing away with this lead. And this is once again the kind of same similar theme to the previous two games that we have played already, and it is not looking good for us though, that is for sure. Hoffenheim loving life here at the Fortuna Dusseldorf arena, and it was a poor bit of defending at the same time. Too open, Fusa Mensah gets dragged forward there as you can see. Al-Harabi tries to see if he can do anything about blocking the shot, but it just wasn't enough to be able to deny him, and unfortunately Che Adams has got the goal. And the Lebrovic could have done slightly better there, I'd have thought, but it is what it is, and we continue on in this first half then looking for a goal straight away to be able to cause some problems for Hoffenheim as Areta picks it up on the right hand side. Al-Harbi makes an overlap run here as he looks to cause some problems. He finds Chavez to Armstrong, he chests it down and he absolutely wallops it into the back of the net to make it 2-1, and that is a phenomenal goal from Sinclair Armstrong as he gets his first for the season. He might only be 68 rated, but he knows how to get a monster goals, that is for sure. Decent overlap work from Al-Harbi as he found Chavez then, and Chavez just dinked it over to Sinclair Armstrong, and he was cool, calm and collected in the finish at the same time. Really hard to chest it down and kind of hit it when it's bounced onto his foot, but Baumann had no chance of getting to that one whatsoever, and it is now 2-1. Only a 1-goal advantage for Hoffenheim as we look to be able to build on the momentum we've gained from this goal now, and looking to be able to in search of our second goal as Hoffenheim get themselves restarted. And as John picks it up on the left hand side, looking to cause some problems as he finds his teammate then in the middle of the park. Advantage played then as you can see. Al-Harbi penalised with advantage, no foul given just yet as they can still remain in possession here, looking to cause some problems as Adams picks it up. Adams charging forward now as he looks to get the ball into the box. He does, Serba does deal with it, but unfortunately Al-Arabi has been penalised for the penalty, and Hoffenheim have got their second penalty of the game, and it looks to be that they're going to put this game to bed if they are to convert from the spot, that is for sure. I don't know how that's a penalty in all honesty. He's crossed it into the box, and where his kind of legs are flung out, he's just bashed into Al-Harbi, and it is a very soft penalty to give. I agree with the first one, but definitely not the second. Berisha to step up once again, but Lebrovic saves. Berisha tries another way, but Lebrovic sticks with the original way that he dived, and he does save the penalty. He keeps his side in it, but the ball still remains in possession as they look to be able to create something straight away after the penalty miss. Ball whipped in, and Starch whips it into the header there, and it's 3-1 to Hoffenheim. And after saving that penalty, we thought we might be able to get back into this game, but they only regrouped. They gained back in possession, and Starch got the goal from the corner, from the cross there. Sorry, really good header at the same time, and he was unmarked at the end of the day, and that's what happens when you unmark players. You're just given so much of an opportunity and time and everything else to be able to get the goal. Fusa Mensah just misses out on the header there, and Lebrovic has no chance of saving that one whatsoever, and it is now 3-1 to Hoffenheim. Things are not looking good for us so far, as life as Bundesliga is not treating us very well, but we will continue on, that is for sure. Second half commences then as Berisha looks to pick it up and find his teammate Adams. Adams now charging forward with the ball as he finds Pereira, and now onto the right hand side now. Kabedurak looks to be able to find Starch. Starch onto Promel. Promel's got a perfect chance here as he puts it back to Starch. Real good bit of play here, and Lebrovic makes a perfect save, then putting out for a corner kick as Hoffenheim have a chance from the corner. As you can see, ball whipped in then as they look to clear it. Zoyas clears, but only as far as unfortunately a Hoffenheim player. Back they go here as Butler picks it up. Shot blocked by Tananka as now we go on the attack as Chavez picks it up in the middle of the park, but ball is lost out here, and now Butler on the ball once again here as he's looking for options on the left hand side. He might actually go on his own, he might cross it, but he finds Starch. Starch with a good effort finding Berisha. Berisha with the the shot. And Labrovic with an even better save, then pulling out for another corner kick. Then Berisha having a very good game so far. Hopefully he won't have too much of a good one in the second half, but Hoffenheim seem to dominate all sorts of play in the second half as John picks it up on the left hand side, looking to find Pramel as he looks to on his teammate. Then as John picks it up, now on the left hand side he looks to be able to get the ball into the box, and Berisha latches onto the volley to make it 4-0 for Hoffenheim, and that will pretty much be game, set and the match, that is for sure. It's been such a poor kind of going for us, in all honesty. Haven't possessed any sort of decent play about us in any means whatsoever, and it is not looking good for us here in the Bundesliga. We've had 3 games so far, and all 3 games we've got absolutely smashed. We need to change something, and I feel like a change is definitely going to have to come next game if we would like to be able to compete against anyone, even the lower sides in this kind of league. It is so bleak for us at the moment, but we will continue and we will push on, that is for sure. 20 minutes left off the tie. Hoffenheim have dominated the whole game, in honesty. There's not been a single part of it where we've actually dominated or had a bit of possession by ourselves, but Al Harabi finds Herrera on the right hand side as he looks to travel with it a bit further into the area, then as he looks to be able to go on the burst here, looking for an opportunity to be able to see if he can find a teammate. Real good cross, but unfortunately no one is found as Hoffenheim deal with it nice and coolly here as they pick it up on the left hand side. Butler finding his teammate Starch looking to be able to do something here as he finds Tolkien on the left hand side, just come off the bench here. Tolkien, as he's fresh in legs, as he finds Pramel back to Tonkin, then Tonkin looking for an opportunity, looking to see if they can do something for his side and get a 5th in this game. 10 minutes left off the tie. Chavez clears there, as you can see, as he finds Herrera on the right hand side, but the ball is lost straight away, looking to be able to receive it back above. Fortunately, we can't. Fusa Mensah getting stuck in now, but it's really poor. And Berisha has got the hat-trick. FC Cologne had a player that had a hat-trick, and Hoffenheim will have a player that have got a hat-trick, unfortunately. And Berisha is the man to be spoken about in the blue, and it is very poor once again in terms of a defensive kind of awareness and everything else. Fusa Mensah once again being dragged forward. I don't know why he's been the issue so far. He was very good last season, but he's not living up to any sort of kind of performances that he did, and it's definitely looking very bleak for us. As you can see, full-time whistle blown here at the Fortuna Dusseldorf Arena. Berisha walking away with the match ball, and they're also walking away with all 3 points. Only 1 goal to shout about in terms of our ideas that we kind of had with Fortuna Dusseldorf, but it's not really a massive talking point in that way because we've been battered 5-0. So Hoffenheim 5, Fortuna Dusseldorf 1. As you can see, Labrovic voicing some concerns there, and he's right in saying so at the end of the day. We're just not heading in the right direction. And with that being said, when your captain kind of mentions big things like that, there's only one thing to do, and that is make a change. And these are the changes that I've made. We've completely changed the formation. As you can see, we've gone for a 4-4-1-1. Labrovic in goal, then Fusa Mensah and Robinson, and Gumney on the right-hand side, Gallardo on the left. Tazorles pushes up on the left-hand side as Chavez and Tolisso kind of sit a little bit back. Herrera on the right-hand side with Appelkamp playing in a cam role, and Jan Verteep comes in for Sinclair Armstrong. This is the only thing I can think of as of the moment in terms of what this is going to change. I'm hoping it's going to change something because we need it drastically. Otherwise, we're going to be falling down the pecking order, and we'll be back in the Bundesliga 2 in no time. This is a massive tie for us against Bayer Leverkusen. Obviously, we've had a big game so far in terms of everything that we've played because we haven't lived up to any expectation. But as you can see in the 4th minute, looking to be able to bring the game here as Appelkamp picks it up on the right-hand side. Real good bit of play at the same time as he runs himself into the box. Literally, just like that, a complete change. And Appelkamp has found the back of the net to make it 1-0. And for the first time this season, we are leading a game. I say correctly, we are leading a game. Appelkamp with a real good goal at the same time, making a 1-2 of Herrera, finding himself on the right hand side and just cutting into the left, looking to be able to get the shot off, and he does exactly that, beating the keeper. Brilliant stuff there from Appelkamp, and we find ourselves 1-0 up. Then it's the first time this season that we're leading, as I mentioned, and Gunter Bernard looks very happy, that is for sure, as we continue on in the first half as they get themselves restarted. Julian Alvarez looks to be able to find his teammate Matona, but as Herrera makes a real good interception at the same time. Lovely persistent play from Herrera as he looks to offload it to Appelkamp. Real good bit of play, he finds Arp, and this has been a perfect start. He can't get the shot off, but it falls out to Tazorles on the left hand side. As I mentioned, this has been so good from us so far. As Appelkamp picks it up, he finds Tolisso to his teammate Arp. Arp looks to be able to get the shot off, but he can't, and Frimpong picks it up on the right hand side as he looks to clear his lines. He battles off Arp, and that will be that for that attack. 17 minutes into the tie, by Leverkusen get a corner there, as you can see, and a lovely save initially made by Labrovic as it goes out for another corner there as he celebrates that one. It was a real good save at the same time. Another corner whipped in. They look to play it short. They do exactly that here, Alvarez picks it up as he looks to offload it as Areta makes a real good interception. No foul given as the fans call for it. As you can see, we're switching sides. Robertson picks it up on the left-hand side, but only losing out here. Frimpong finding Nkampe as he finds Kramaric. Kramaric looking to find Morata. Morata to Alvarez. And Alvarez is found the back of the net to make it 1-1. And that lead did not last long, that is for sure. And that's what you get when you come up against world-class players. Julian Alvarez and Morata, the striker partnership for Bayer Leverkusen as of the moment. And it is a very strong one. When you've got a World Cup winner, it is definitely something to be spoken about, that is for sure. Real good stuff by the way, in all honesty, because there was nothing to do than stopping that. Quick, persistent play, and there's just not a lot you can do at the same time when they're in the right position at the right time. And unfortunately, we have been punished. Bayer Leverkusen 1, Fortuna Dusseldorf 1 as we currently speak, as we look to be able to see if we can hold our head high, knowing that we took the lead originally. We're hoping to be able to do so again because Dusseldorf picks it up on the left-hand side, but Frimpong makes a real good interception, finding Alvarez. He looks to be able to create something, Alvarez, but he has to go back to Xhaka. 1-2 being made as Alvarez charges forward now, as you can see. Real good ball to Morata, and the skip past the defender was sublime, but the shot wasn't to be as Labrovic makes a perfect save then, finding Herrera on the right-hand side, looking to create something here, Herrera, but unfortunately he can't as Matona picks it up on the left-hand side, finding Kramaric. Kramaric looking to be able to do something here as he puts it back to Doyle. Doyle now picking it up to Schlotterbeck, now just passing it around the back here, as you can see, looking to create something from back to front, as Schlotterbeck finds his teammate, looking for a decent chance here, is Alvaro Morata. But a real good save made by Labrovic once again there. How he's doing this, I'm not too sure in honesty, because it's been absolute mammoth performance from Labrovic in this tie so far, coming up against such top players. And as you can see, we're going to continue on in the second half. And one thing I forgot to mention is Fusa Mensah is against his former side at the moment. We bought him previously from Bayer Leverkusen. Hopefully that won't affect him too much in the second half, and hopefully you can get on with his game as Dusseldorf picks it up on the left hand side, looking to create something. He cuts in on the right, finding Appelkamp, now to Chavez, but a shot just dragged wide. Then real good opportunity to get a shot on target at least, but it wasn't to be, and Chavez missed his chance then. 54 minutes into the tie, Bayer Leverkusen looking for a search of their second goal and looking to be able to take the lead for the first time. Andrik finds Matoma on the left hand side, the former Brighton man, looking to charge forward here and create some issues. Now he finds a team at Kramaric as he looks to be able to offload it, and a real good opportunity, but once again an even bigger save by Labrovic there as he denies Alvaro Morata for how many times, I'm not too sure. Corner kick is going to be whipped in or played short, I'm not too sure. He's going to play it short there, as you can see, looking to offload it to one of his teammates, but Areta gets stuck in at the same time, looking himself nice and strong. Areta now charging forward, finding Appelkamp. Appelkamp knowing Areta's there. Areta now charging forward. Areta is literally on goal if he can beat the defenders with only the keeper to beat. But the shot just dragged wide once again then, and we were asking questions of our strikers, that is for sure, because we cannot score for love or money. It's been really hard for us at the moment. But we're going to continue on as we reach the 60th minute in this tie. Then Jan Arp picks it up as he looks to turn on the right hand side. Real pull ball from Arp as he loses out in possession, and as we look to be able to see if we can win it back straight away. And we do exactly that momentarily, but once again we lose it out. Really hard to get on the ball here as we look to pick it up. Then Jan Arp picks it up on the right hand side, looking for the overlap as Areta charges forward. Areta now to Appelkamp, and a real good block there by the Bayer Leverkusen defender, making it sure that the goal does not go into that back of the net. And they will continue on in their second half search for this second half. Second goal, as Matoma picks it up on the left hand side. Now on to Nkampe as they're passing it around the back. They look very edgy here by Leverkusen. We've got nothing to lose at the end of the day. We're only small Fortuna, and they're a massive Bayer Leverkusen, and this is going to be very hard for us to get ourselves back into the game as Matoma now charges forward, looking for a chance here. Matoma real stopped in his tracks, and as Taliso picks it up in the middle of the park, finding Kevin Shade now, who's just come off the bench as he finds Jan Arp. Kevin Shade offering support, but Jan Arp looks to do it on his own as he twists past the defender. Surely not. This would be phenomenal, and it actually is. It's 2-1, and we have taken the lead once again in this time, making it 2-1. And Jan Arp is the man to get on the score sheet with only about 7 minutes left to spare, and this is looking very good, that is for sure. Hopefully we can hold on to this lead, and hopefully we'll be able to get victory to get our first 3 points of the season. Real good stuff from Jan Arp as he made matters so hard for the defenders at the same time, just twisting and turning, allowing them not to be able to stick a foot out and just get the ball off of them. Really good stuff by Jan Arp, and we're hoping to see more of that in the coming weeks in these games that we have got in the Bundesliga as we look to continue on. They're not long left though, that is for sure. 5 minutes left as they look to be able to see if they can snatch a late equaliser or maybe even a late winner, depending on how much is up on plus on the added time. by Leverkusen in search for that goal, as I mentioned, as Frimpong finds his teammate Alvarez. Alvarez looking for a few kind of players that we even pass it to, and as you can see, Frimpong has been absolutely wiped out in the moment of time, and Jesus Gallardo will be issued with the yellow card. Then Leverkusen have got a perfect chance to be able to whip the ball in from the outside of the area, just on the edge. But yeah, in all honesty, if I weren't to have made that tackle, then at the end of the day, we'd probably be accepting that we're going to get the equaliser for Leverkusen, or we were going to lose. Free kick then. Alvarez is the man to whip it in. He whips the delivery in, as you can see, but Schlotterbeck cannot get enough on it then as the header rises above the bar, and there's not long left whatsoever then as Zabrovic looks to be able to find Fusa Mensah as we look to be able to remain in possession. He offloads it on the right hand side to Gumney, who wins the header but loses out in the middle of the park. Xhaka picks it up as he looks to drive forward the ball and create one last chance for Bayer Leverkusen, but Gumney makes a perfect interception, finding Kevin Shade on the right hand side. He finds Tolisso. Tolisso travels, finding Jan Fatih up onto Musliaja. He's just come off the bench, but he has absolutely solidified this performance, and he solidified the win, meaning Fortuna Dusseldorf will be getting the first 3 points of the season. It might have taken us 3 or so games to be able to do so, but we have finally got there, and we're looking to be able to get victory here in Leverkusen. What a way to do it, what a team to do it against, and this hopefully is the start of something special, that is for sure. Real good play at the same time, just allowing enough time on the ball to be able to get the shot off. Had to take a few touches before he were to absolutely wallop it on his left foot, leaving the keeper no chance on that one, that is for sure. And we're looking very good now. We're looking on for the victory as we await the full-time whistle here in Leverkusen. And as you can see, the full-time whistle has been blown, and we have got our first win of the season. It was a long time coming. It was really hard to do so, but we finally done it in the end. Lots of talking points in terms of the team itself. Everyone was faultless. The formation worked, the instructions worked, and hopefully this is the start of something new and something special. This is the table then at the end of the episode. We won't be simulating any games because they're too big. We would like to be playing them. The next game we've got is against Bayern Munich. What a game that's going to be. Currently placed 14th, so we've got ourselves outside the drop after playing 4 games, only winning 1 and losing 3. But it's all about building on what we have now done, and hopefully we'll be able to do exactly that. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Please like and subscribe for more content just like this one, and don't forget to hit the notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.